Oh, it's just lovely, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, a clean sheet, multiple goals, Romelu Lukaku brace. We're taking names out here, man. Aston Villa are a good team as well. We're going to get into all sorts of footballing reflection here today on Football Therapy. Welcome back, dear viewer, mate, friend. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Really hope that Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 0. Nil point. Lots to get into today. Talking points coming out of my ruddy behind. Saul, better not call him. Lukaku, just an exemplary centre forward. Thiago Silva class. Edouard Mendy, what an incredible, sensational story and a superb transfer deal. Drop a like on this video, boys and girls, if you're amped and you're feeling good. Let's see if we can get over 3,500 likes, maybe. That would be nice. You could help me do that. Subscribe if you're new. Consider following me on Instagram for exclusive, sensational, and scintillating nudes at Football Yannick on Instagram. Right. I'm feeling good. Of course, Man United, does they stole the show? They won 4-1 against Newcastle at the 3 p.m. kickoff. It's Newcastle, they're Old Trafford. It was Ronaldo. He scored a tap-in from a rebound, and he scored a long-range drive that went through the goalkeeper and should have gone through. Great. Ronaldo's going to score a lot of goals for United. He will. Romelu Lukaku is exactly what Chelsea needs, with just the absolute quintessential centre-forward play. We're going to talk about the player performances. We're going to talk about the game. We are top of the Premier League, bar, I think we're joint in goal difference with United, but because they've got goals scored or something. I don't know, they're just slightly above us, I think. Anyway, I don't know, I don't care. Let's have a look at this game here, courtesy of Who Scored, for context. So, yeah, okay, right. 3-0. Goal scorers on the day, of course, a brace from Big Rom and Mateo Kovacic getting in on the act of also providing a scintillating assist. Jacob Ramsey gets booked early doors, and then Mateo Kovacic plays in a beautiful pass after wriggling out of the opposition press. He sees the ball, amazing long curved pass, comes into Romelu Lukaku, running in behind, absolutely sits down Tuanzebe, and slots it in really well with his weaker foot. Bang, 1-0. Now, when it comes to the rest of, we should talk about how we lined up, actually. We had Mendy in goal, we had Chalobah, Silva, and Rudiger in the back three. I did correctly predict a Saul and Mateo Kovacic midfield, which of course is Spanish speaking. That's what I thought. We had Marcos Alonso starting left wing back, who was captain on the day. I reckon he was told he was going to be captain when they thought Thiago Silva couldn't play. When he was cleared to play, they were probably saying that I've told him when I give him the captain's armband. I've got no problem with that. Alonso's been good. But it's just, he's not been captain before. Hudson-Odoi started right wing-back. And then we had Lukaku with Ziyech and Havertz in behind. Of course, substitute appearances from Azpilicueta going right wing-back, which for a while moved Hudson-Odoi into the left wing. Of course, until he was substituted for Timo Werner. And Jorginho came on at half-time. So, yeah. We scored the goal right at the end of no, we didn't. We scored the goal on the 15th minute, excuse me. But all right. So the first half, Saul wasn't very good. He got dispossessed probably 3 times and gave the opposition chances, and we looked really dysfunctional. We were massively affording the opposition too much space between the lines, like crazy amounts, and it was really worrying. And despite having an amazing goal from Lukaku and Kovacic, and despite an absolutely inspired first half performance for Edouard Mendy, who, by the way, Chelsea bought for £22 million, and he's UEFA's goalkeeper of the year. He's a Champions League winner, Super Cup winner. £22 million, and he is sensational. When Kepa's not bad, but if you think, okay, so Chelsea bought Kepa and Edouard Mendy for the combined cost of £93 million, it's not you don't think that's the end of the world. But what a sensational story it is. He was unemployed a few years ago, and look at him now. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. An absolutely inspired first half performance and kept making saves. And similarly, I do want to shout out Thiago Silva throughout the game. Absolutely class. I was saying, there is a shout for Thiago Silva being the best centre-back in the Premier League? Say it quietly, ladies and gentlemen. People will say Ruben Dias, but he hasn't been that great lately. People will say Virgil van Dijk, but how has he been the same since he's come back from that injury? I don't know, maybe. But someone who consistently oozes class and is timeless is Thiago Silva. What an incredible player he is. Maybe you just can't overcook him that much because of his age. Anyway, Saul had to come off because he was... a couple of good moments. His player profile does match Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel said he's been fighting for Saul for years. Like, he's wanted him for a long, long time. So, it's going to be okay, but he himself said in his first Chelsea interview that he's nervous, and he looked nervous on the pitch, man. He's played in Champions League finals, he's won La Liga, but Aston Villa at home seemed a bit too much for him. But that's a little bit unfair, because this is the first time he's, like, transferred away from... he went on loan, I think, when he was younger. But you know what I mean? He's been at Atletico for a long, long time. So Saul had to get hooked at half-time, and we bring on UEFA's Men's Player of the Year, Euros winner, Champions League winner, Jorginho, who does, not completely, but almost completely sort out the midfield problem. We suddenly start taking control, and yeah, he's not only is he playing well in the spaces and making himself available at the right time, he does organise a lot more. And unlike Saul, who doesn't speak English, of course, he can be like, you go, you go, you go. So Mateo Kovacic wins the ball, capitalises off a turnover and possession from Tyrone Mings, as you can see here, error leading to goal. And there's a lovely little finish of what you think a number 8 would do. Mateo Kovacic, reborn with the number 8 on his back, making beautiful long passes and assists. We've known he can dribble out of pressing for ages. He's always been amazing at that. Now he's making that assist. He's getting that goal. It's a beautiful rebirth of number 8, Mateo Kovacic. Of course, wonderful scene. So he scores that goal. Leon Bailey comes on, obviously once linked with Chelsea, ex-teammate of Kai Havertz as well. Does look good. He does put Alonso on his arse once, gets a yellow, but Alonso kind of gets his own back a little bit later and wins possession of him. Kai Havertz comes off. Cesar Azpilicueta comes on to play right wing back. Of course, that's when Hudson-Odoi goes to left wing, his favoured position being in the front three, and of course cutting in onto his favoured right boot. 69th minute, Bertrand Traore comes on, who has haunted Chelsea before, an ex-Chelsea player. Left-footed, very, very good. He scored against us at the end of the season, last campaign. Didn't celebrate, which is good of him. Danny Ings comes off. Now, Danny Ings, when we saw this lineup, we were like, Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings. That could cause problems. And Ollie Watkins did cause a lot of problems throughout, largely because Sal was helping him. but he did cause problems. Danny Ings was pretty much anonymous in this game, and that was good. So he came off, and I haven't put him in my fantasy football yet. I was thinking of doing that. I'm pleased I didn't. Douglas Luiz comes off. Hudson-Odoi comes off for Timo Werner. Matt Targett and John McGinn both get yellows for mouthing off of the referee. And Romelu Lukaku, in stoppage time, scores another lovely goal. He takes it on his favoured left foot this time. A bit more of a long-range drive. Chelsea 3-0. I think any more than 3-0 might have flattered us. Certainly the first half, we got away with it a little bit, that first half performance. But I think the back line were all excellent. It was really the midfield where Chelsea looked really frail and really let Aston Villa in for the majority of the first half. Largely down to Saul, of course. But that's alright. Is there heat maps worth looking at? Oh, not really. So, it is worrying from Saul. But it is the Premier League. I kind of think, but he's combative. He plays under Simeone. I thought he'd be really okay for the physical part of the game, but maybe it's the speed that got to him. Maybe it's the nerves and the lack of communication and chemistry. I think he has got all the ability in the world, and anyone judging him off a bit of a wobbly debut is wrong to do so. So. Remember, it can go the other way. Bakayoko's first game for Chelsea was really, really good, and he got a song, so it can go both ways. Saul Niguez is an excellent player. He can play at the highest level. Although I think when Jorginho was coming on at halftime, pretty much all of us had a sigh of relief, like, yes, please. We need that. So the midfield was taking control. Massive shout out, of course, to Mendy, amazing in goal. Thiago Silva, middle of the back three, doing some class positioning, defending, winning headers. He's not the tallest centre back in the world, but he always wins headers. Similarly, our tactic with the back three is allowing Rudiger to run forward, and we sort of created this back four. He did it so many times. Antonio Rudiger. He got into the heads of the opposition, which was great. He gave Leon Bailey a little nudge at one point that the ref didn't see, which I loved. A little bit of dark arts, you gotta love it. Of course, Jorginho, Kovacic, great. The regulars were good. So you can't. Let me just see if there's anyone I'm missing here. Yeah. So I mean, we didn't see Mason Mount, who was rested. Of course, Reece James was suspended. To be honest, I'm really happy with this. I think it's an excellent win at home. Romelu Lukaku, 3 goals in 3 games, and if we hadn't lost a man at Anfield, who knows, he might even have had a goal in that game, considering his form and considering how this Chelsea team create chances and try and feed Romelu Lukaku. So 3-3. I think he's going to be absolutely just fine. He looks like he's having the time of his life playing for this club that properly now that he's always wanted to play for. And I'm very happy. Aston Villa are no mugs. They look like they could exploit this perhaps midfield weakness. They are a good side. Yes, they don't have the full complement. They don't have their keeper and Buendia and stuff, but still, they're a really well-resolute side, and they set up well, and, McGinn's playing well, Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings, Leon Bailey. They still had a lot of quality there, and good defenders at the back. So, I'm very pleased. Multiple goals, clean sheet, joint top of the league. I'm very pleased, guys. Let me know what you think. I'd urge you again to drop a like on the video if you're feeling amped and you like my thoughts reflecting on the game. That means a lot. Consider subscribing to Football Therapy if you're new to this experience, mate. Dear friend, dear viewer, hey, enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.